writers had. And all they care about is, how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book. If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People grew up, are growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America. We don't need you to put your input in it. Just write Steve Rogers. Don't write Steve Rogers. What would Steve Rogers be if I was Steve Rogers? That's not how it works. But that's again how most of these new people write nowadays. That's why most of the stuff is shit.
I can't believe stuck in the dark room, lost in the light, stories at a time, fuck in the end, in my side, like I can't take this world fucking night. Fuck.
Now look, the Post, it flies. The news, look, Ma, no wires. The Times, blue bomb buzzes Metropolis. The Planet, we're sitting on top of the story of the century here.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs. Franks and beans, death and taxes, politics and corruption.
What is up, guys? Greetings and salutations. It is I, Mr. Decrepit, your humble and gracious host, and welcome to another Monday stream. This is Monday stream number 3. Yet again, we are hanging out with our Floppy today, late on a Monday night. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now and that was waiting actually before the show started. We had a few people already starting to talk up in the chat. Added a little bit of a new intro tonight. Hope you guys didn't mind that. I felt like rocking on, getting myself pumped for tonight's stream. So yeah, I was really excited to debut that for you guys tonight. So welcome in. Before we get started real quick, I just want to shout out to the people that hopped in the stream before we started. Shout out to Oddball. Hale, what's up, man? How's it going? Shout out to Knights of Undercover. He was in here before the stream started. What's up, Decrepit? Taking a break to go on a date on. Hey, man, good job, man. Good job. Congratulations. Upload next 3 videos, 1 short. Nice, man. Sounds great. Can't wait to see it. We got Darth Luke. What's up, y'all? It's Pause, by the way. I know Pause. I know he changed the handle, man. Good to see you. And we got, he said, hail Pause. Cheers, man. Cheers, mate. I actually do have a little beverage on the side today. I got me a Mind Hazy IPA sitting on the table to the right of me. So gonna be sipping on that tonight, hanging out. SWA's in the building. What's up? What's up, SWA? How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I've been waiting all week for this, brah. Yeah, I did see you in I think it was Scran's stream where you said waiting for the Floppy stream. Yeah, man. Glad you were looking forward to it. Good to see you. Very rocky with your Floppy. Yeah, man. It was actually it's actually like a punk song from a band that I like called Trash Talk, and it's a really good stuff, really good rockin' shit. But yeah, man, shout out to all of you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Always good to see you guys. If you're catching the replay of the stream, I also appreciate you watching this, viewing the stream for the Monday night. If you guys are watching this on the replay again, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more comic book chat and recommendations every week or every other week on Monday. I said last week or the last stream that I did this, I was going to try to do this weekly, but got a little tied up last week, so I had to go with a bi-weekly this time. So we're going to try to make it next Monday happen. We're definitely going to try to make this a weekly show, but appreciate everybody. I think that's enough saying thank you for all that for the beginning. We have a lot to get to tonight, guys. A lot's been happening. Lots going on in the comic world, cartoon, movies, and what have you. I want to start off with some madness before we get right into the weekly solicitations. the past week and the present that's going to be coming up this Wednesday. I just had to, if I can go ahead and share this real quick. Did you have a chance to check out what I recommended yet? Not yet, SWA. I was able to read like the 2-3 books that I picked up last Wednesday, but to the recommendations that you had, you follow me on X, I believe, right, dude? Shoot me a DM, man. That'll help me remember if you don't mind. Haven't read any comics past week, been going down the 80s and 90s anime rabbit hole. Hey, man, nice. Some rewatches in the first time as well. Already done the Berserk rewatch and Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, dude, Berserk's pretty hardcore. Cowboy Bebop's a good time. That's fun. But yeah, man, I know we say it. Drop the comic book recommendations in the chat, and if you guys are on X, shoot me DMs as well. I will also read those. But I'm trying to start this real quick. Oh, don't use X. Okay, no worries, SWA. All right, but just hit me down again. I'll write it down, bro. I'll write it down. What up, Vex? Good to see you, man. What's up, boys? Good to see you, Vex. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into something. We've done the greetings and everything already. I want to go ahead and share this screen. And I wanted to start with some fuckery, guys, before we get into talking about the books. So this report is actually on Marvel.com itself. So let's see how much or how hard Marvel.com glazes themselves as the brand doing a report on their own news, I guess you could say. This says Marvel fans break the internet during the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement. Now, I don't know who saw this and who hasn't, but if you guys caught this live stream, damn near 6 fucking hours that they had this live stream running, and you were just looking at fucking chairs with names on it. You can't make this shit up, man. They really thought that was doing something. They thought this is quote unquote breaking the internet, as they say in their own little title right here. Avengers Doomsday couldn't be more of like a okay kind of thing for me. Like I honestly have no like hold or any look forward to. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Them bringing back RDJ for playing Doomsday or Dr. Doom, I should say, for this movie. It's just a cash grab. It's kind of like we're helpless. We need help. We need something to grab people's attention. This just isn't going to go well, in my opinion. If you guys think this is going to do anything, you guys are feel free to disagree with me, but this was just such a waste of time. And 5.5 or 6 hours, they say, for the stream, just to pan and see names on seats was really like convoluted and really, I don't know, I guess you could say cocky on their part. But they went ahead and said it all started with one chair and then another and another without any prior announcement. Yeah, they just dropped the ball. They just did this stream all randomly, and all the fucking grifters and everybody jumped on this ASAP. Marvel Studios launched a live stream at 8 a.m. Pacific time Wednesday morning to unveil the cast for Avengers Doomsday. Each cast member was suspensefully revealed to Marvel fans across the world, one actor's chair at a time over the course of 5.5 hours. Thanks to the fans, yesterday's Avengers Doomsday cast announcement became the Marvel's biggest live stream ever, growing hour over hour. Fans poured into the broadcast from across X, formerly known as Twitter. We know what it is, Marvel. Shut the fuck up. YouTube and Instagram, drawing 275 million digital views and generating 3.1 million social mentions. After 24 hours, the live stream was the #2 trending video on YouTube. Yeah, man, it's because everybody and their mama was doing their own live stream while watching this, and everybody was talking shit about how lame this was. Honestly, like I didn't really see, like, of course you had the Marvel shills getting excited for something like this and just the pan over, and you had man, dude, the disrespect to a lot of actors too that are included in this, like people that are playing. I don't know if Bucky, what is it, the Thunderbolts cast got announced for this, so Bucky Barnes and U.S. Agent were announced as being in this film. There's a lot of fucking characters in this film, so it's going to be a real clusterfuck. It's going to be a mess. Let's see how they handle it, right? I say handle lightly. Social media buzzed with excitement and memes as there was a lot of memes as fan favorite talent either returned to or joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The live stream caused 55 distinct terms to trend on X Twitter, with hashtag Avengers Doomsday holding the #1 spot for 7 consecutive hours. During Wednesday's live stream, Marvel Studios unveiled 27 cast members to star in Avengers Doomsday. Cast members from Marvel Studios' next two films, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. And so now they're calling it Fantastic Four First Steps. I did not know that. So that's a new thing. In July, it will play key roles in Avengers Doomsday. The cast features Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby. What version of Thor are we getting again? We're going to be getting Fat Thor again. We're getting Chad Thor. Which Thor are we getting? Anthony Mackie, Black Captain America, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, okay, Eben Moss Backrack, Simu Liu, Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, Louis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, Joseph Quinn, David Harbour, Winston Duke, yada yada. Tom Hiddleston, that was a weird one. That's a weird one, but I guess the time god, the time god Loki is going to be coming back. I don't know. They're bringing old ass Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen back. Respect on them. I don't mean old ass in a disrespectful way, but these gentlemen are old. I don't see the reason bringing them back. We already have younger actors that have portrayed these two gentlemen or these two characters in films before, playing the younger versions of them. I feel like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen can go ahead and hang the capes and the wheelchair up for this one. So that's a little bit weird on the receiving end when I'm reading that. Alan Cumming, Channing Tatum. That one, I did not know that one was an announcement. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention too much. I just know everybody was talking shit about this. Channing Tatum. So of course his Gambit's going to be coming back. That's fucking funny. Can't. Oh man, this is going to be a nightmare. Pedro Pascal, of course, and RDJ. And RDJ was the only one that was actually like a live appearance for this stream right here. That was really self-conceding too, but they are shoveling a lot of fucking money his way just to make this all happen. So of course he's going to be getting a spotlight like that. So I just wanted to point this out. This was really fucking stupid in my opinion. I don't know. Of course, like I said, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I thought this was really fucking dumb. This was really wasted everybody's time that saw this. Real quick, can I get I'm going to look at the chat real quick before we move on to the next tab. I like the music. That's it. You didn't like looking at chairs? Not at all. Not at all. I did not like looking at chairs, man. The chairs, man. Did you see the new Spider-Man movie, Nate? What are they calling it? What are they calling it? They have a Spider-Man movie, or I know there were talks of Spider-Man 4. Don't know what that's going to be. That's the dumbest idea I've seen in a while. Hey, man, they thought this was working. They thought they were doing something with this, so I didn't want to hurt their little feelers, but or big corporations' feelers. But yeah, this is a really fucking retarded thing to do. So yeah, we'll see more as they go. But Avengers Doomsday, I don't really give a shit about this. I don't really give a fuck about modern day Marvel cinematic features in their shows and what have you. So yeah, this is a big waste of time in my opinion. Save your money. All right. I just wanted to go ahead and knock that out of the way. We're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of the issues that have passed that just released, and then we will get into some of the new solicitations that are coming up this Wednesday. Oh, why am I off to the side right there? I don't know why that was going like that. Hello, Mr. Hey, what's up, John? John gets gooning. How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. So we had a couple books come out last week that I did mention. I wanted to point out that I did end up picking up the DC Absolute Flash #1, and you know what? I picked it up. I bought it. I gave it a read, and this is gonna be interesting. I know I was talking shit about Jeff Lemire, or not shit. I guess you could say I just said I didn't really know what he was known for, what he was going to be doing with this. But here you have the first 2 pages to preview Absolute Flash #1. I cannot share the full comic, or I will get stricken or struck down for that. But this is the first 2 pages of the preview for it, and this right here is basically focusing on a different version of Wally West. And apparently the speed force that Wally West is encountering in this is some kind of I want to say it's like a symptom, or it's like a like a happening that happens, something that random that happens to him, where he's like minding his own business, and then he gets this like gut feeling in his stomach, right? And he's like, oh no, like it's starting, it's happening. And then he says like it starts with the feeling in my stomach, and then it moves to my legs, and then begins to vibrate my body, and then the racing thoughts in my head start over and over, and I can't stop them. And as the issue continued, we realized that this Wally West version is actually a military kid, military brat. He's moving around to different army bases with his father, and his father is part of the scientific division for the army that's working on some secret research projects from like biology, and I want to say there was another thing that they mentioned on it that was like a real important topic that his father was working in anyway. But one of the guys, and minor spoiler, I guess I could say, one of the guys that's working with Wally's father is actually Barry Allen. This is a different version of Barry Allen that we're getting. He's actually a scientist for the military as well, working side by side Wally's father. And they have like a little chemistry. They're trying to establish a bit of a connection and a relationship. Wally West trying to connect, or Barry Allen's trying to connect with Wally West. Wally doesn't have a lot of friends. He's kind of a loner. So I can see what they're trying to build up there. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. And then we have, this is basically kind of like a nice depiction. The art in this is like real colorful, real vibrant. I don't have a problem with this. I like Flash having a lot of this kind of style around him, surrounding the character, as you could say. The Speed Force is always supposed to be colorful. The lightning, the big flashes of color. I like that shit for the Flash. And yeah, so I don't want to give away too much of this, but there is a bit of build up towards the end where something happens, and then it leads into the next issue with basically Wally kind of like on the run, I guess you could say, not to be ironic, but yeah, so Absolute Flash #1. Give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it to like issue 3, issue 4. Let's see how it picks up, and let's see if it goes anywhere. That'll be something to watch. So Absolute Flash #1, definitely gonna give it a chance. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next one real quick. It's Not My Fault. Why does it keep putting me off to the side? I don't know why it's doing that. It's Not My Fault. Gemma is hot. That's Wally. Yeah, that's it's a Wally West, like a different multiverse, or like the absolute version Wally West that they're coming up with. It's called Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm not joking. Is it really? I gotta look that up. That sounds really gay. Yeah, man. I don't know about that. Dark Luke, Age of Ultron. More like a week. Brand New Day, July 31st, 2026. Okay, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I believe it though. Yeah, I could believe that. You know, I will mention this, like the way that Spider-Man No Way Home ended with like him going through what he went through, and Aunt May being like the Uncle Ben for the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man becoming like an unknown. No one knows his identity anymore. He's on his own apartment, no suit from Iron Man. He's like back to the streets, listening to the police scanner. It took 3 movies for them to get to. It took 3 movies to basically get them to where we know Spider-Man and who Spider-Man is. And yeah, I'm not a really big fan of the Tom Holland interpretation, or I guess you could say the Disney Marvel version of Spider-Man. I'm not a big fan of it, but at the end of that movie, I was like, oh, now I actually want to see where it goes now. Like now that we've gotten these 3 movies, and now they're coming out with this new one. Now I want to see what a beaten down, unknown, broken Spider-Man is going to look like now. So we'll see, but nothing can top Tobey Maguire's first 2 movies, and then Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield has a lot of redeeming qualities that I like. It feels really comic booky. I guess you could, if that's a word, I guess you could say. So no Null. Have you been reading Null or anything relating to Null? SWA. It's a Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm a Spider-Man Homecoming shill. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, Spider Boy. I called him Iron Man Jr. myself. I was calling Tom Holland's Spider-Man Iron Man Jr. I was always getting that off as much as I could. All right, so another book that I ended up giving some time to was one of the books that I couldn't shut the hell up about, and it was the new Batman issue 158 by Jim Lee and Joseph Loeb. Now, they made the comeback, and this new Batman issue has become the top seller for current books for the week, or for the month, I should say. It's been getting its pre-orders have been flooding the markets, especially at the retailing locations, and a fuck ton of covers, mind you. By the way, we're actually going to be getting reprints of number one. I've already heard, like, my comic shop owner saying that he's already putting in for orders of reprints for number one in like the next like 3 weeks, 1 month or so. But I ended up giving this a read, and I have to say, it was kind of a lot of member berries, a lot of like just like rehashing. They're doing the first issue for this Hush return was just a big issue of them like saying, hey, remember this, remember Batman went through that. And you can see right here as the panels goes down, Joker this is towards the end of the book, mind you, so if you guys don't want to be spoiled for anything, please look away or just close the video for like the next like 2 minutes real quick while I talk about this. But towards the end of this book, you have Joker basically on a surgeon's table, and of course, we have Hush, and he's kind of like going mental on Joker, if you will, and Joker is getting tortured and punished. We're talking like scalpels cutting him open, precision cuts all over his body, and you got Hush giving this little monologue to him. I purposely nicked several of your arteries. You're bleeding to death deep inside your body. You might have 2 or 3 hours, maybe even a day or so. You could yell for help. Someone could come to your rescue. Let's do something about that. Unfortunately, you're in the skilled hands of an unlicensed surgeon. The Joker is going to die. If only you had a family. Who will mourn for you then? Or who will mourn for you? I added the then on accident. And then he gets strapped to this little spinning wheel right here, and then you have all of these old video clips basically of Joker like fucking with Batman. Like, this is like some real mental shit that Hush is trying to play, and you have Joker beaten up. Batman happens upon his body, or he's not dead, I believe. He's not dead. He's actually still alive. Like Hush was saying, he's barely hanging on to life, but losing blood, of course. And you have Batman going through, seeing all of this horrible trauma, the footage of traumatic events that Joker has caused. And basically, Hush was kind of like leaning him in the direction of like saying, like, look at all that he has done to you. Like, don't you, it could all be so easy. I left you this tool. You could just kill him. You could end this right now. And of course, Batman's he's going to hold firm. He's not easily swayed, if you will. And you have Hush right here saying on the recording, let's just say you left me here to die. Since it's not like you did the deed, who would know? And then he's like, enough. And he's like, my childhood friend and world-renowned surgeon, Tommy Elliott, Hush has returned. And it ends like that, basically, with like a little cliffhanger. So we don't get like a confrontation. We get the buildup of Hush. He took a big player out of the game for the preceding books that are going to follow. Joker's out of the picture for the time being, and then we're going to have Batman going up against Hush in this one. So we're going to see what happens. Like I said, this first issue was a lot of member berries. The artwork's great, of course. Who doesn't like some Jim Lee art? This is all good artwork. I don't have a problem with this. It's a beautiful looking book, and the interior pages are just as good looking. So we'll have to see where it goes. I don't want to say it, but it feels like it's going to be like another gimmicky thing just for DC to get some numbers up, get some books sold. So more to be announced as the book progresses. So we will see where it goes in the future. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So real quick, plot twist, Joseph Loeb is Commissioner Loeb. What? No way, bro. No way. I don't know why it keeps moving me over to the left. That is really annoying me. But yeah, other than that, what else did I pick up? I ended up picking up a indie comic called Doll Parts, but that's a little bit more like adult oriented. I found out it was kind of like upon reading it, when I took it home and reading it, I found out, and I was like, oh, this is a little bit out there. So I don't know if I'm going to talk about that exactly on the stream, but there was that. And I think we can go ahead and move on to the coming up books that are going to be dropping. We can go ahead, because there is a lot to talk about for those as well. So if I can get them right here, present screen. Shout out to all of you guys in the chat, man. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for shooting the shit while I do this, man. It's always a good time talking to you guys. All right. So we are on leagueofcomicgeeks.com, and we have all of the solicitations that are going to be coming this week. April 2nd is all the new release day. My cursor does not want to cooperate with me ever. So one of the main ones that I wanted to talk about right off the jump was Absolute Green Lantern issue number 1. Now, this is going to be done by Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay, and this is going to be a different take on the Lanterns. So what I understand is that this new Absolute Green Lantern number 1, this is going to be focusing on basically the Lanterns are not a police force in space. The Lanterns are basically like outlaws, if you will, like space outlaws. And I don't know much more than that. That's all that I've been given. Been given as far as like a preview. But this new character that they have right here, I don't know where this is gonna go. I will give it a chance. I give everything a chance once just to see if it's going to be any good, because the writing could be excellent. So we're going to give it a chance on Wednesday, and next Monday when I do my next hang out with your Floppy stream, we are definitely going to hear my thoughts on this one. So to be announced, we will discuss this when it officially drops. But Outlaws in Space with Green Lantern rings, we're going to see how that goes. Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay, and then the letterer Lucas Gattoni. I don't know how you say that exactly, but yeah, Absolute Green Lantern 1 releases April 2nd, and we're going to talk about that next week. Absolute Superman number 6 is going to be dropping. I'm not reading Absolute Superman. Didn't really draw me in, like I said before on the last stream. None of the Absolute books other than Absolute Batman. We can talk about Absolute Batman for a moment real quick. I can stop sharing this and we can talk about that for just one moment. I did read Absolute Batman issue number 6, and let me tell you, this Batman, this Bruce Wayne / Batman character or version, he gives zero fucks. And I'm not going to spoil it, but we had Absolute Batman was hunting down Black Mask basically, and he finds him and he gets him one way or another. He gets him. So then we ended up getting a nice little preview for or a cameo, I guess I should say, proper comic terminology. We get a cameo appearance of Absolute Joker for the Absolute Batman universe, and he just looks kind of all gnarly looking. I don't know if I can get an image for you guys so you guys can see, because I doubt some of you are gonna be purchasing any of the Absolute runs if you guys are tired of the gimmicky like new universe or new takes on the characters. So let's see if we can get that panel up. All right. Let's see. Bleeding Cool News has it. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. I found it. Outlaws in Space, like Star Wars Outlaws. Maybe, I don't know, John. Like I said, dude, like space outlaws with like super or cosmic ring powers. Like I said, it's to be announced, bro. We're gonna see how that ends up playing out. But like I said, I'm skeptical with like the look and the character type that they're choosing for it, because we're always skeptical when we see shit like that. So we will see how it goes. So this right here was the final panel for Absolute Batman number 6. And yeah, we got this Joker right here, and he's looking all kinds of just like gnarly conform. You got some body horror, kind of body meticulous like attachments of like different kind of like bodies and heads and beings attached to him. but this is supposed to be absolute Joker right here. And then he ends up in the last final panel, he ends up saying, "Get Bane." And we have the official preview as well for the upcoming issues of, I think it's Absolute Batman number 7 that's coming up next is going to be our first appearance of Absolute Mr. Freeze. And then it's 8 or 9. I know the preview came out already, because the actual designer of the original, the creator, I should say, not designer, scratch that, correct myself, the original creator of Bane from like the Vengeance of Bane book, like saw the preview for the new Absolute version of Bane, and he just kind of took a shit on it, dude. And he's like, "What the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't look anything like the character. This like tiny ass head on this fucking bowling ball of a body." So he had some words to say, and then he kind of got some backlash on Twitter/X. You know how it goes, man. The internet doesn't forgive, but the internet provides. But yeah, we're getting premieres and different appearances of all the Absolute villains finally coming up in like the next like 3-4 issues of Absolute Batman. So if you guys are into that, definitely be on the lookout. I did read this, and like I said, you just got to read it yourself if you want to see what happened when Batman finally got a hold of Black Mask and the Black Mask gang. Let's just say he was very unforgiving. Real quick before we move on to the next solicitations, or I'm gonna let me get the screen for the solicitations shared up again. All right, there we go. And real quick in chat, we had have you ever seen Earth 2 Black Canary's costume, Arrow Season 8? So I know you know this, that I said it, but I did not go past Arrow Season 3, I want to say. So I don't believe I did look at it. Did it end up looking pretty good? I can take a look at that. Let me check actually real quick. I'll Google it myself. Black Canary Earth 2 Arrow Season 8. Oh God, is that her? That's I don't know how to feel about that, bro. I don't know how to feel about this, dude. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna present that, but I don't know how to feel about that. That looks kind of if. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong photo, but yeah. Could I read Absolute Batman even though I haven't read the previous Batman comics, or would I be completely lost? No, it's a brand new take. It's a brand new take on the character, and yeah, you will not be lost. You could read it and you wouldn't have to like double back or nothing. Like I said, you're probably familiar with a lot of the characters, like Edward Nigma, Oswald Cobblepot, Selena Kyle, Bruce, Alfred, all those characters. If you're familiar with the Batman universe characters, then you'll be fine starting at issue 1. Good luck to you though, because a first print of this Absolute Batman series it went up a little bit in price, because it's like first appearance of Absolute Batman, yada yada. But yeah, so definitely if you want to give it a try, you can give it a try, man. You might like it. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I'm kind of trying to just see where it goes still. It is on issue 6 and I'm playing catch up, so like I said, don't take it with a grain of salt, but you definitely can start from this one and you don't have to backtrack. The one with the cut hair. Yeah. Okay. If it's the one with the cut hair, then yeah, that's kind of, I don't know about that. Yeah. But anyway, going down the list, new solicitations. You got a new issue of Poison Ivy, issue 32. Batgirl issue number 6 is going to be coming out. We got Immortal Thor number 22. I'm not reading Immortal Thor, but I'm just looking at this cover. I like the cover because it's Alex Ross. And Alex Ross is an amazing artist. His work is just beautiful stuff. I can't stop looking at it. I first got introduced to Alex Ross actually for the Mark Waid. It's Alex Ross kind of mostly wrote it, but Mark Waid helped him write it because Alex Ross isn't really a writer per se, with respect. But Kingdom Come, the DC story of Kingdom Come, when it's like the later years of like the Justice League all in retirement, and like there's the new League of Heroes, or the new era of heroes in the world. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I definitely recommend that. Kingdom Come by Alex Ross is definitely a must read for any self-respecting DC fan. All right, so as we go down, we got Moon Knight, Fists of Khonshu, number 7. We got Deadpool number 13 coming out. Justice Society of America number 6. I actually don't know. I think Jeff Johns is supposed to be writing this Justice Society book, isn't he? No, it's Jeff Lemire on that one too. Okay, so I think Jeff Johns actually started that, and then Jeff Lemire took it over, if I'm not mistaken. So, all new Venom number 5. There's a little bit of controversy to that. We're gonna leave that for last, okay? So just know we're gonna come back to the all new Venom book. I know it might not seem like something I want to stand out and talk about, but you'll see right now, or you'll see in a moment. Don't worry. We got Two-Face number 5, West Coast Avengers number 6, Hyde Street hit issue number 5. I wasn't able to get a copy of Hyde Street number 4. I ended up missing out. My shop, he only ended up getting like 2 or 3 of them, and they got bought up, dude. So I have to get a back order for issue number 5, and once I finally get that, I will be getting issue number 4 for the back order, and then issue number 5 coming out this week. I will be picking up that. Hopefully both come out. I can read issue 4 and 5, and then we can talk about it on next Monday's stream, because Hyde Street is definitely something that's a standout for me. Ghost Machine's been putting out good work with Hyde Street and Rook Exodus. I've been kind of burnt out when I tried reading Geiger. I was just like, I'm Geigered out. And what was the other one? Redcoat. Redcoat was kind of just like boring. But Rook Exodus and Hyde Street are definitely must reads. And then we have a new Deadpool Kills the Universe. This one is titled Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe One Last Time. This is issue number 1, coming out in... Is it coming out April 2nd? Hold on. Hold the phone. Yeah, it does come out April 2nd. I don't know why the fuck I saw it and it said June. But yeah, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe One Last Time. I don't know if you guys have read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, the original release, but that one was pretty gnarly. He fucking brutalized a lot of the heroes. Poor Spider-Man got it nasty. And so the synopsis for this one on the site reads this. It says, first, Deadpool killed every hero in the Marvel Universe. Then he killed every hero in another Marvel Universe. Well, now he's back, and this time slaughtering his way through Earth's mightiest heroes won't be enough. He's going after the worst of the worst, a whole multiverse of Marvel's greatest gone bad. Get ready for world-breaking Hulks, werewolf Captain Americas, and some all-new twisted takes. The classic universe slaughtering team of Cullen Bunn and Dalibor Telajik are back to kill everyone one more time. So we got the original writers coming back of the first interpretation of Deadpool kills the universe. And, apparently he's going to be killing evil Spider-Man, evil Punisher, evil Captain America, Daredevil, all the evil versions. So that's going to be fun. And we got this is a nice little cover right here. I'm not mad at this one, right? I'm not mad at that. That is a Dan Panosian cover. I do like Dan Panosian's artwork. Not a fan of that. That looks like AI work. I don't know why. That looks like AI artwork. So yeah, there's a couple decent covers. You got him throwing up the heads. Okay, and then this is reminiscent of that Wolverine issue, the deluxe issue, with the first fight between Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the key that this is paying homage to right here. So yeah, this will be cool. I'll give this a read. I like Deadpool books. They're supposed to be silly and funny. There's certain books that get like silly and funny or dialogue, and it just doesn't mesh. But when you do Deadpool right, when you make him like a stupid, funny mercenary with the merc with the mouth, then I'll read it. All right, and then moving all along down. Real quick before I move to the next row real quick, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing you guys in chat. All right, good to know. Thanks. Yeah, Vix. Yeah. Stargirl, come on, man. Oh, dude, you and Narrow Dark on my case about that. I have no time to watch a show religiously. I have to squeeze it in between lunch, but I work on a job site and it's hard to watch something without loud noise and with earbuds. I don't even get to use earbuds like that. Deadpool is an anchor being confirmed. Yeah, dude. Yeah. How do you guys feel about the creation of that term anchor being? I think that's just another lazy thing that they put together for their Marvel Cinematic Universe. Or I don't even think that Deadpool Wolverine shit wasn't even in the MCU, so might not even matter. Anchor beings could be a thing of the past now. All right, as we scroll down, we got let this one. I didn't end up getting the number one for that one. And then we got Cruel Kingdom number 4. The EC's final slash through the realms of fatalistic fantasy. Step once more through the veil into a shadowy world of demons and dragons, alchemy and anguish, where a fork in the path can bet the difference between untold treasures and certain doom. Leading this month's dark excursions into the weirdest frontiers of wonder, Jay Holtham, Greg Pak, Valeria Bertso, and more. So this is Cruel Kingdom issue number 4. And like I said, this is like the horror line from Entertainment Comics, EC Comics, the old Pre-Code company came back with a whole new line of horror books and basically one-off mysteries. The Cruel Kingdom one's been a fun one. Like this is like a fantasy setting one. There's a lot of body gore in this one. These can get real bloody, but a couple sci-fi stories in them as well. So I've been enjoying these. I haven't had too much a problem with EC lately. They've been putting out decent stuff. Okay, and then have a good night, guys. I go, all right, Vex. All right, shame to lose you, brother, but hope you have a good night, man. Thanks for hopping in, saying what's up, chatting a bit. Always appreciate that. And while I'm scrolling through these solicitations, guys, like I said, if you are catching the replay of this, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you guys are reading. Leave your recommendations in the comment section. I'm always happy to read there as well as the live chat responses. We got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, Beachhead number 1 is dropping on April 2nd. Godzilla Heist number 2. Now, you know what? Godzilla, I'm not going to harp on it too much, but the Godzilla stuff has kind of got to stop. They've been going crazy. Godzilla versus TMNT, Godzilla, Sonic the Hedgehog, Godzilla Power Rangers. Godzilla's been around everybody, man. There was the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong book that came out last year with that gimmicky fucking voice, or not voice, it's like the sound activated comic. When you open it, it plays like a Hallmark card. It plays a sound basically. So I just thought I think everything with Godzilla right now is kind of gimmicky in the comic book space, but I could just be a hater on that one. I could tell you no one's going to read this Ironheart Bad Chemistry. No one gives a fuck about Ironheart. And I definitely know if they're going to be coming out with that show or movie or whatever they're trying to work her into, that one's going to fall flat on its face. That shit is DOA, definitely. We got Stranger Things. I'm not reading that. I saw this one, Chainsaw Man 198. I want to know what that is. I have no idea what that is, but couldn't be referring to the Chainsaw Man anime / manga, because I know the manga books are still in print right now currently. But we go ahead and move on. Oh yeah, I'll bitch about this for a moment. We are getting another facsimile of Batman. This is issue 614, and we're just getting this is like basically like the old Death of Joker issue, and I'm kind of just getting sick of these. A lot of these Batman issues that aren't even necessarily like major key issues are getting facsimile and re-released now just because the covers are cool. In my opinion, that's what I think they're re-releasing these for, but I could be wrong. So if you guys are putting money into these facsimiles. I hope it's because you can't get your hands on like the actual issues that are marked up in price and are collectible items at this point. Because, you know, it's a shame that a lot of people can't get their hands on a lot of keys from back in the day because of the price hiking. But if you're getting these facsimiles, I hope you are reading them instead of buying them to just like waste space in a short box or to resell them. It's kind of a lost cause. So that's just how I feel about a lot of the reprints, especially DC's been doing a lot of the facsimiles for the original Batman solo series. And then we're moving down. I think we're kind of getting to towards the end. There's not too much like to mention for DC other than the absolute Green Lantern. But like I said, that's to be announced. My opinion on that one. I'm gonna give it a read before I talk about it. We are getting a third printing of Ultimate Wolverine #1. Apparently Ultimate Wolverine was a nice one from the Ultimate Universe, but then again, I haven't heard anybody keeping tabs or talking about the Ultimate Universe from Marvel like that. Like I've said, Jonathan Hickman, he kind of hit the ground running with issue 1 of Ultimate Spider-Man, and then now where they're on issue 13 or 14 now, and I'm just kind of like, it kind of overstayed its welcome. So that's how I feel about it. I will mention this, man. We're getting another version of Batman 158, but look, we're getting an Alex Ross cover for Batman 158, the return Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb. I don't know why I said Joseph Loeb earlier, but Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee coming back to this has sparked a lot of artists to come and do their own take of variants for these books. This right here makes me have like the feelings of like when Marvel did those Virgin variants, the timeless variants with Alex Ross doing all of the heroes and villains that he did for that run. This is what I want for DC. I would love it if Alex Ross just did a bunch of these like Virgin variants with him doing his take on DC characters. I know we've seen Alex Ross draw and design the DC universe, but I just want some of these standalone Virgin variant covers. I wouldn't mind picking up a few of these. I would love to get this one right here of Batgirl. I'd love to get one that looks like maybe like 1970s, the blue hue, the blue cowl Batman version, maybe even a Batman 1966 Adam West version, but we'll see where he goes. But this is a nice one to highlight. I'm going to try to pick this one up. That's just for a variant pickup, by the way. Like I said, still a lot to be desired for the story, other than just clawing at the member berries for people. Doom Academy #1 is getting a second printing. Not reading the Doom books. I tried, so I ended up giving a shot to One World Under Doom. I believe that was what it was. Issue #2 came out last Wednesday, and I gave it a read. I ended up getting my hands on a #1 online digitally and giving that one a read. And man, dude, waste of my time. Just a waste of my time. The Doom craze is just over exaggerated. I was about to say flatulated, but yeah, it could be a fart too. Fart shit, bullshit. Next up, we got another Vampirella #1. I think this is Vampirella. I think what's this one called? Vampirella: The Long Night, issue #1. So we're gonna be getting that. Lucio Perillo does amazing artwork covers for these ones, man. I love staring at this artwork that Perillo does for these. Beautiful artwork. Vampirella: The Long Night #1. And we might be at the tail end. Was there anything on this list that popped out to you guys? Were you guys maybe looking out for anything that's coming out, something that you guys saw that caught your eye? Let me know in the chat, man. I'll be glad to hear it. Real quick, while I have this on screen, let's just make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. What's your favorite TMNT cartoon? Mine is 2003. Oh yeah, dude, that one was a good one. I enjoyed that one. Was that the one that was on Fox Kids or like Fox Saturday morning on the Fox channel? If so, then that's the one that I watched when I was younger, and I love that cartoon as well. I didn't watch the 80s cartoon because I was born in '94, dude. Anything that that released after I was born or before I was born, I have to go back and watch it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't my era, so I have to go back and watch it. But the early 2000s TMNT was definitely my era, and I liked that one a lot. I enjoyed that series. I remember that when it ended, and then they did a TMNT series of them like in a futuristic setting, like the future. I remember them going to that, so I thought that was pretty fun too as well. I enjoyed it. What's up, Backseater? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Finally, I got a mod in the house. What's up, man? If Superman is a success, I'd love to see Batman in blue and gray. You know what, dude? James Gunn really wants Batman. He really wants to do Batman. He really does not want. I'm gonna stop sharing this now. I think we looked at it long enough. Oh, I do have to get to something actually back on that page. I have to pull it back up. Damn it. But anyway, and that keeps moving me to the left. Yeah, but James Gunn, he would love to get his hands on Batman. He is pissed that the guy that did the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson is in charge at the wheel right now and working on the Batman 2. That's why when everyone was asking about the script and he was like, "Oh, like the script is it should be done," or like there was a lot of like kind of haziness to this and skepticism to if the script was actually finished for this Batman sequel. And Robert Pattinson, he came out and said like, "Oh, like I hope it's soon because I'm getting older," you know what I mean? So there was all that kind of talk looming around it. So I don't know for a fact if we're going to be getting a revised Batman version. Let's see how James Gunn works it into his universe, man, because I know we've beaten it with a dead horse, I guess you could say, but James Gunn's approach to this is just very, very obtuse, very odd. I'm not looking forward to some of this stuff because I just think it's gonna fall flat, and I don't want that to be. I don't want that to be the case. I would love for everything in DC's new cinematic universe, if you will, to just like hit the nail on the head and get everything perfect. But you know, I guess that's far-fetched dreaming, if you will, man. I don't want that to be the case though. The Trump shredder. Yeah. The 2003. Yeah, that one was good, dude. According to Brandon Sanderson, Marvel has forgotten the meaning of anti-hero. Where's that, man? Where are you getting that from? Was that like an article that you read or something? Yeah. But yeah, I did mention on the new solicitations, we are getting all new Venom issue number 5 this week. That's April the 2nd on Wednesday. And man, something leaked from that book, and a lot of people are annoyed. I'm not reading all new Venom. I haven't been reading any Venom books at all. From this new runs, like the King in Black stuff. I didn't read that personally. If it was good, then you guys can correct me and let me know in the chat if you thought it was good. But I haven't read none of it. But I did see Thinking Critical, Wes from Thinking Critical on YouTube. He went ahead and did like a little talk discussion about it. And I'm going to go ahead and play his video and let him, his explanation kind of like fill your ears on what's going on. But they did present who's going to be the new Venom in basically adopting the Venom symbiote, and it's definitely something. So yeah, and I apologize, Wes. I don't think he watches this, but I'm sorry if I paused you on a shitty frame of your face. But here we go. This is the all new Venom reveal.
But maybe you need to find something else to do with your life because this just ain't working out. You expect lots of twists and turns and big reveals, and some land better than others. When I think about the worst reveals of all time, Tony Stark is adopted. What the hell was that? Gwen Stacy was romantically involved with Norman Osborn and had his children.
That one pissed me off. Gwen Stacy getting with Norman Osborn, that was such a fucking weird decision.
Those are some really just revolting reveals, and we're getting something very similar to that. Probably not quite as bad, but certainly the worst Marvel Comics reveal of the decade. That little rumor.
Okay, real quick. Worst Marvel Comics reveal of the decade. Now you could argue there's been some bad ones with people like Dylan Brock Venom or Eddie Brock's son. People like the new Venom that he has portrayed. People have said Spider-Boy, the Spider-Boy comic that came out a year and a half, 2 years ago or so. People have said that one was a real shitty reveal. And we're talking decade. I don't know, man. Like Gold Goblin, Red Goblin. There's been some stuff there's been decisions that have been made that have been not that great. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know about the worst one, but we'll see.
That we talked about a little bit during the Comics Aficionados, that Bleeding Cool was spoiling with some covers and images that were out there of who was actually the all new Venom. Turned out to be real.
So yeah, that's what was happening. Bleeding Cool News leaked the cover and interior artwork for the new Venom issue that basically showed off who was in the suit, and it hit the internet, and yeah, that's what got people all up in arms and all up in a craze right now.
Turned out to be so real. Marvel Comics are now spoiling it themselves. You don't have to wait for issue 5 of all new Venom to find out who the new Venom is. The true identity of the titular.
I'm going to skip ahead right here because you can get the photo actually right here.
You put in
the hot, crispy fillet.
Fucking advertisements. I had this video paused for a while. Sorry.
8 to 10 years, but maybe you need to find something else to do with your life because this just ain't working out. Of course, CBR tried to spin it like it was good. Well, Mary Jane Watson
is the new Venom, guys. Let that sink in. In the all-new Venom issue number 5, it was leaked that inside of this Venom symbiote with man pectorals, abs, and muscles, Venom is Mary Jane Watson. Like, oh, dude, this is funny. This is good. I'm gonna let Wes keep talking.
Has long been one of the most prominent characters in Spider-Man's corner of the Marvel Universe. Her career as the all-new Venom is hardly the first time she played the role of a hero. In fact, recent years have seen Mary Jane take up the mantle of Jackpot. Thanks to a gauntlet created by her current romantic partner, Paul Rabin, Mary Jane has been able to use a series of arcane symbols to call upon various semi-random sets of superpowers, although she has certainly made a name for herself as Jackpot and has proven what she is capable of as a hero. All of that pales in comparison to what she can now accomplish as the host to the Venom symbiote. And this isn't even the first time we've seen Mary Jane as Venom. If you read the Spider-Man Reign 2 story from Carrie Andrews,
which was crap. Carrie Andrews, go fuck yourself.
Which is delightfully fucking weird. Really strange. Actually kind of hard to keep up with.
Weird is being nice, Wes.
Mary Jane ends up being the Venom in that universe too. So it's not even like their original idea. They're actually lifting it from something that was literally done within the last 6 months. Let's get rid of all the symbiotes out of the Marvel Comics universe. There's far too many of them. Everybody has a symbiote. Like the only thing I could think of to do with Venom right now that would be interesting is to put it back on Flash Thompson, but Flash Thompson, I think, has another symbiote right now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing it. That was literally all I wanted to get out there, just so you could see the visual as well and just hear him talk about it. But yeah, there's too many symbiotes in the Marvel comic universe. We need to go back to where it's just every time. We need to go back to where it's just Venom and Carnage, basically at this point, or Dylan Brock being his own symbiote character. I don't have too much of a problem with that, but let's get back to basics, man. Let's get back to just Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man, maybe She-Venom, like, you know what I mean? Let's just get back to that kind of stuff. I don't want to see all these other ones. I don't want to see Carnage symbiote attached to the Green Goblin. I don't want to see Carnageized, or I think that's what they called it, Carnageized or Venomized. I don't want to see Venomized and Carnageized versions of like Hulk or Captain America or Winter Soldier or Groot or Rocket Raccoon. I don't want to see none of this shit, dude. I just want to see back to basics. The Absolute Universe for DC, it's sort of like a back to basics approach. Not really, because it is new takes on the characters, new kinds of origins articulated to show you off a different side of the character or a different approach to the character, if you will. But Marvel's just like, man, oversaturated with this Venom or this symbiote bullshit. And I really love the symbiotes too. Carnage is my favorite, one of my favorite villains in comic books, period, like overall. And I love the stuff with Venom from the 90s and when he was first revealed and he was like the big bad in ASM. So I'm a real big fan of all that shit, and I would love to see a return to form. But yeah, this is just, it's really oversaturated stuff. Mary Jane Watson becoming this Venom. So you guys saw the images right there too. Yeah, she had they them. Now, dude, like you think like it would be a shapely, like feminine kind of features to her version of a symbiote's character. You know what I mean? So I definitely think they're taking a big chance with that. I should buy the book just to see if it's a bought book that's like hated, like a hate buy, if you will. Like I think that would be a very entertaining a very entertaining book to like buy and dissect and talk shit about on next Monday. Maybe I will do it. Maybe I will get it just for the fuck of it. We can make women powerful characters if we literally just give them all a bunch of OP powers, retards. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I said, like her Mary Jane's Venom had pecs, not even like women's breast. You know what I mean? Like she had male pectorals. And don't get, I'm not starting that whole conversation of like bodily autonomy and all and gender and all that shit. But yeah, like that's bullshit. That's lame. Sorry about that. Scarlet Witch, no more symbiotes. Yeah. Agent Venom and Kane Parker. Yeah, I like Agent Venom, man. Agent Venom, yeah, like how he said, Flash Thompson, Venom. I have no problem with that. That's a good storyline to go for. 2015 Avengers Secret Wars is good, and you have God Emperor Doom, which is cool. That hot take, yeah, I've seen the panels and the pages for featuring God Emperor Doom. It's hardcore shit. Hit my fucking microphone. It's hardcore shit. It looks sick. I don't have too much of an issue with it. Transparent. Hey, maybe, man. What's up, Leland? How's it going? Yeah, shout out to all of you guys in the room, man. Appreciate you watching. But yeah, Mary Jane Watson, aka Jackpot Venom. Who'd have thought that was gonna come our way? But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the books that are coming out this week. Like I said, man, whether you're in the live stream right now, currently in the chat, or watching this on the replay, please feel free to drop your comic book recommendations. We are always willing to read. We are willing to listen. We are willing to read. One other blunder that I want to bring to you guys. We all knew that this was probably going to happen, man, and it was only a matter of time. But now we have this confirmed story hit that apparently Blade is not going to happen now. Marvel has officially shelved the Blade project, and this fucking movie, man, has been going through the ringer, absolute ringer. I remember it was, I want to say, the top of last year. I can't remember precisely. It's been so much shit that you have to cram into your brain and your memory space. But Blade was fixing to be about like the young daughter and like her journey, and then Blade was going to be like helping her or kind of like assisting, like a parental mentor. And I remember hearing about that, and people were like, no, get the fuck out of here. And once that got put out there, they were reshooting, rewriting scripts, reshooting, directors getting switched out. It's almost like the Ray movie at this point. Or probably worse than the Ray movie, actually. I think Blades went through a lot more different writers and directors, man. It could be a lot worse than that. But yeah, Blade is now not going to happen. And we go ahead and read this little story that they wrote on it. Marvel's long-planned Blade movie looks like it might have been scrapped, according to a new report. More on the project here. We just double-checked our calendar, and April Fool's Day is definitely tomorrow. So this widely reported story is either a day too early or represents the latest U-turn in one of the most troubled modern projects in Hollywood. Yeah, I kind of agree with that there. Just a few days after reports suggested that Chad Stahelski was boarding Marvel's problematic Blade project, another report has popped up claiming that the studio has killed the film entirely. In a detailed post on Twitter X, The playlist Rodrigo Perez claims that the Blade film has been nixed with all active development on the project ceased. As we pointed out while covering the claim that the John Wick director was reportedly being drafted in, it seems a little unlikely, but then it's difficult to predict the wild swings in direction that this project has taken of late. In the report, Perez claims that Blade will likely be introduced formally in either the still developing Midnight Suns movie. They're doing a Midnight Suns movie? Oh my God, what the fuck? How many movies are they coming out? Or Avengers Secret Wars? Or possibly a supporting character in another movie like the way Namor was first introduced in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Yeah, clusterfuck, man. At this point, Marvel really needs to clarify the future of the project because the increasingly wild tenor of these reports is doing little to stem the belief that this is a film that the studio has no clear steer on. In fact, it's starting to resemble an episode of the new Seth Rogen Hollywood satire, The Studio. Oh no, or the fun Marvel Cinematic Universe send up the franchise. Either way, it's not a good look for Marvel as it moves toward production on its biggest film in years, Avengers Doomsday. Other reports are suggesting that the script on the project isn't complete, despite filming commencing next month. How much truth is there? We don't know. That's reportedly why, despite spending 5 hours unveiling the cast list for the film, so many expected names were still absent. Their deals are said to have not been yet signed. Time will tell if there's something later to this latest report. I can't fucking read today, but given Blade's troubled track record so far, we wouldn't bet against it. More on Blade as it comes in. Oh man, talk about a nightmare. I don't know how Marvel does this, dude. I don't know how Marvel's able to just sit there and have all this bullshit flying around, directors and writers not sticking to projects. They can't have like a clear vision. Kevin Feige must be like going bald underneath that cap he's always wearing at premieres. Because Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know how the fuck he does it. And I don't know if he does. I'm not saying I don't know how he does it because he's not doing anything great, in my opinion. I want Kevin Feige to stay the fuck away from Marvel. They need to get rid of him. He needs to get away from that position. There's only one Blade. Yes, sir, there is. Do you think the MCU Blade movie is officially canceled? Like it said right there, man, like the guy alluded to the fact that the movie's probably shelved. Everyone's been assuming this. I honestly don't. I read this and I hear it, but I don't know if it's confirmed, of course. Like that's just rumor mill shit. So I can't really speak on that. Had to burp, my bad. But I don't know, man. We'll see. But I know that movie's a clusterfuck. People have been talking about it. Marshall Ali, is that how you say his name? He's been complaining about it. He's getting older and older, and it's the hype for it's not really that. Once they release their announcement, they put out an announcement that they're making these movies, right, and these shows, and then they take 6-7 years to produce any kind of like preview or a trailer, and then when it feels like the trailer comes out, then it feels half-assed. Like it's just what a way to run a franchise into the ground. They've been Star Wars and Marvel have been taking notes from each other. Again, I'm sure it'll be announced, but to be in development again. 15 years later, Blade releases. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about nothing that has to do with Marvel. You guys heard my disposition when I was talking about Avengers Doomsday at the beginning of the stream. I don't give a fuck about anything Marvel has going on. They're just lame and falling flat. Hello, Miguel. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Are you excited for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse coming out in 2027? Not in particular. Not really, man. And I'll say this, like I watched the Spider-Verse, the first Miles Morales animation that they put out. I watched the first one, and I thought it was enjoyable to watch. But then again, dude, like the way that they've been like throwing Miles Morales into a lot of Spider-Man stuff, it's just been kind of like he was just supposed to be a multiverse thing. He was like an alternate reality Spider-Man, and then he gets pushed into the limelight as like the main Spider-Man for quite a few things. Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2 video game. I didn't even touch it because I just watched people play it and talk about it, and that just seemed not my cup of tea. I think Disney Lucasfilm has canceled. What's up, George? What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. I think Disney Lucasfilm has canceled more projects than it has made. Kathleen Kennedy would disagree with you, man. Good old KK. Yeah, man. But yeah, the Blade movie. Yeah, who gives a fuck about it? I know I'm sounding really relaxed and not giving a shit tonight, but that's just kind of how I feel, dude. I'm not excited about anything that Marvel has going on, and I'm skeptical about DC and what they have going on. And I don't give a two shits about Disney Star Wars and what they have working on or what they have coming out. I sound like a cynical old man half the time when I'm talking on these streams and going over this stuff, but it's just how I feel, man. It's just how I feel. Across the Spider-Verse animation was good, but it wasn't good, filled with wokeness. That's a shame. Howdy. What's up, man? Good to see you. All right. There was another thing I wanted to show pop up. Speaking of the DC cinematic universe, I know we touched on it a little bit, but I wanted to put out that comicbookmovie.com put this report out that Lanterns officially added Superman actor Nathan Fillion, aka Guy Gardner, to the roster for the show. We knew I figured this was going to happen. I think we speculated about this in either the last Unlimited tirade that I did, and I discussed it with Narrow Dark, or I talked about it on the last Hangout with Your Floppy stream. But yeah, I think that they were going to have to at some point announce this or put out the fact that Guy Gardner was going to be in the Lantern show. There had to be some kind of connection there. So now it's official. And they have it saying, coming off rumors that Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner will make an appearance in the upcoming Lantern series, Deadline has confirmed that the Firefly Illume will indeed be a part of the HBO series. We're not sure how significant of a role Fillion will play in the show, as what the fuck? This thing fucking highlighted all weird. As the site only notes that he will return as Gardner after making his debut as the character in James Gunn's Superman. While speaking to TV Line about his long-running series, The Rookie, in a recent interview, Fillion shared some new details about his interpretation of Gardner. He's a jerk, said the actor when asked what separates Guy from his fellow ring-slinging heroes. What's important to know is you don't have to be a good Green Lantern. You just have to be fearless. So Guy Gardner is fearless, and he is not very good. He's not nice, which is very freeing as an actor because you just think to yourself, what is the most selfish, self-serving thing I can do in this moment? And that's the answer. That's what you do in that moment. I think if he has a superpower, it might be his overconfidence in that he thinks he could take on Superman. He can't. Yeah, that it sounds like Nathan Fillion's got a grasp on the character archetype of Guy Gardner. That is what Guy is in the comic books, and then he has this whole arc where he kind of gets knocked down a peg and then comes back, and then he has the whole Red Lantern thing going. So Guy definitely has some character development, and you kind of end up sympathizing for the motherfucker. So I like this though. This is like a decent sign of as far as the characterization that we're going to be seeing portrayed in the movie. So to be discussed on further, of course. Put a pin in that. We recently got a first official look at Lanterns via a promo, still featuring Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan and Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, which you can check out below. Okay, I did not know this was a thing. So we have. Oh, this is on X. Sorry about that, guys. We have a photo that says right here, Kyle Chandler is Hal Jordan. Aaron Pierre is John Stewart. Lanterns, the new HBO original series from DC Studios, is now in production. And that was back in February 27th. I didn't know that. I didn't even see this photo right here. Dude, I'm going to say it. I don't want to sound like a fucking I don't mean this to sound like colorist or nothing like that, dude. But I wish that the guy that they got for John Stewart, I just wish they got a different actor. And when I say different actor, I like John Stewart's a bit of a darker black man, and I don't have a problem with this. If this guy acts great, then awesome. If he does good character delivery for who John Stewart is supposed to be, then that can be overlooked easily. But as far as visuals, like I hope that this gets cleaned up, this black and gray hair. I don't know what direction they're going for the show, man. That's why it's bugging me. That's why it's just itching at me. I don't know where they're going with this. We have an old man, he looks like an old man, older Guy Gardner, older Hal Jordan, but like a normally aged John Stewart. So like I don't know where this is gonna go. But like I said, I'm just a stickler for like the looks of the characters. So I hope that I hope it works. I hope this ends up working. And like I said, Aaron Pierre, he might do a great job. But that was my only little thing that I had to say, only little tidbit. I mean nothing by it, and we'll see what happens, man. So that's all I had to say about that. Okay. Right here, I think there was more. It says Lantern follows new recruit John Stewart. Okay, so there's a little answer right there. New recruit John Stewart and Lantern legend Hal Jordan, two intergalactic cops drawn into a dark Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. There's a story of a couple Green Lanterns, John Stewart, Hal Jordan. Gunn said we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, is much likely, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our largest story of the DCU. Largest story, potentially Blackest Night. Hint, hint. Maybe, maybe. Huh? We'll see, guys. We'll see. But anyway, that was my little spill that I wanted to get in on the Lantern show. More to be announced, more to be discussed, of course, as time goes on. But that was all I had to say about that. Real quick, Simple Jack haircut. Do you think Razor is going to be the DCU? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Simple Jack haircut, yeah, for guy Nathan Fillion. The live action Mickey Mouse cinematic universe that was announced, they won't put DEI in agendas. What? Live action Mickey? What? Undercover? Say it ain't so. That happy picture is terrible. That Hal and John picture is terrible. That's kind of what I was getting at, dude. Like, I wasn't trying to be a stickler, dude, but like I said, I gotta see it. I gotta see him in the suits. I gotta see them in the lantern rings and suits. It's gonna be set on Earth, but he said it ties in, but the showrunner said it doesn't. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of he said, she said. This is what I hate about talking about rumors, man. Like you're kind of all over the place and you're bumbling to like make sense of it all when even people that are in the industry are kind of throwing you for a fucking loop. But I don't know if it's done on purpose or what have you, man. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. God damn it. I'm always to the left. But yeah, Lanterns is going to be something that I'm skeptical already of it, but I hope it hits its mark. I would like John Stewart. I really like John Stewart as a character, but it just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to piece it together why we have Hal Jordan and John Stewart actively as the Green Lantern of Earth at the same time. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. We have to see. So I'll keep my comic brain to a minimum on that one, man. Any other questions or any recommendations that you guys have in the chat? Feel free, man. We're not going to be running to 2 hours tonight. Gotta kind of shorten it up for this stream, and that's just gonna how it's have to be. But we hit a lot of topics tonight already so far. Do you think he will be a blue lantern or a red lantern? Who's that, Leland? Do I think who will be a blue or red lantern? Would you suck Oprah Winfrey's toes for world peace? Fuck no. No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, Razor. Well, it would make sense if he's a Red Lantern first, wouldn't it? You gotta bounce SWA. All right, man. Peace out. Always good to see you. Yeah, but it would make sense if Razor was a Red Lantern first, my guy. Definitely would make more sense. Oh, there was something a couple things I just wanted to highlight real quick in the collectible market. I'm gonna take that chat down real quick. And by the way, guys, too, I can put the link right here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Star Wars Marvel Purist is currently live, and I put his link to his live stream in the chat. Once we're done here, hop on over there. Tell him Decrepit said ya. Go give him a shout out and subscription as well, man. He's doing stuff more on the Marvel side, covering a lot of like I think he calls it, what is it, unadulterated Star Wars and Marvel. And those streams are very nice, man. Go give him a follow. Go give him a watch. But I wanted to share this one real quick before we wrap up. There was this coming out. I saw that this is getting a Kickstarter announcement. Jorge Jimenez is coming out with a collected artworks book of his DC Comics career, basically. And I like Jorge Jimenez. I'm gonna call him George Jimenez. It's easier instead of saying the Jorge in front of the Jimenez. So George Jimenez, he's been doing DC work for a while now, and his Kickstarter campaign for his artwork, the DC art of George Jimenez, is officially live. It's already met its goal. I think like 8 or to 10 times over at this point. He only had like a $10,000 goal, and it's somewhere in like the 6 figures for this. So it's definitely like a highly desired art book that he's going to be putting out. I went ahead and did some gave it a look myself. And yeah, man, I like the artwork that he does specifically for Action Comics and Superman. George Jimenez also has roots in like he talks about like being inspired by the anime style of things and like anime artwork and manga artwork, and he kind of like incorporated that into like what he puts together when he writes or when he designs a lot of these DC covers and interiors that he's been working on, man. And I think he's really good work. I don't typically say that about too many modern audience or artists, if you will. I almost said modern audiences because I'm so used to hearing that in grift videos. But he gave like a little quote for it, and he said, "When I look back at my early work as a professional, I have a mix of emotions. On one hand, I find them pretty dreadful, especially in terms of narrative. There was an excess of forced angles and a lack of confidence in the line, along with a noticeable inconsistency in the style across the pages," he admits. But that doesn't mean Jimenez doesn't see value in those early works. However, on the other hand, I feel a sense of pride because I dedicated a lot of hard work to them despite having no formal preparation. Jimenez's signature aesthetic, an unmistakable blend of American heroics with an anime energy, has become one of DC's most recognizable styles. Throughout my childhood and adolescence, I consumed a lot of anime and manga. See, like I said right there, particularly the adventure shonen genre, which tends to be very dynamic and energetic. Jimenez said that influence has become intrinsic to my drawing style. There have been times when I've tried to moderate or even eliminate it, but it always resurfaces. The balance between manga and traditional Western comics has given Jimenez an edge, making his work feel both fresh and timeless. Over the years, Jimenez has worked with some of the biggest names in comics, including Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, and Chip Zdarsky. We can leave Zdarsky out of there because Zdarsky is one of the worst writers to ever touch characters in DC. I'm not going to go over any more of the written stuff, but I just wanted you guys to see some of the previews of the artwork and the book, the book right here. It's going to be releasing. We can go ahead and take a look at the Kickstarter page as well. But yeah, you can see right here, redefining iconic characters. This guy just does clean shit, dude. I especially love when he draws like aliens, and the way that he drew Brainiac for the House of Brainiac event in Action Comics 1062 to 1065 was really, really good stuff, man. I want like a print of like George Jimenez's Brainiac illustration. I think we can actually go ahead and just go to the Kickstarter page so you guys can take a look. Hope this didn't derail too much for you guys, but I just really love this guy's artwork. And I'm trying to watch both streams at once, said George. Hey man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I don't purposefully stream when Pissed and I believe Melvin's streaming tonight as well. I don't do that on purpose. It's for my schedule on me on my end and my real life. So I hope that doesn't come across as like I'm trying to stream during some of the other guys that are affiliated like in the same circles. That's just kind of happenstance on what I have going on in my life. So it's strictly situational. Oh yeah, you guys can see it right here. I'll go and share the stream. This is the Kickstarter page for the DC art of George Jimenez, and as you can see right here, they were meeting the goal of 10,000, and like I said, that met 10 times over. Almost more than that. 176,000 has been pledged with 986 backers. People really want to get a copy of this hardcover right here. Me as well. I think I can go ahead. Let me see right here. What do we get? How much is the copy? Ooh, 75 Dara. 75 doll hairs, guys. So I definitely know I'm not getting that right away. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. And you get all, of course, the tiers go all the way up to like $200 something for different copies. But this is going to be a good one to get. If you guys want like to definitely have an artist that you can admire from like the modern age of comics, I definitely recommend George Jimenez. Go give him a look. Go give his art a look. He's been doing great stuff, man. Great stuff in the last decade. So I'll stop glazing him right now, but I just wanted to point that out real quick for you guys. And then the last thing that I wanted to just kind of like be this is kind of more of like a joke one. It's kind of falls under the discussion of like canceled films or like hypes or not hype but speculation about movies coming out. I know everybody's a big Spawn fan and everybody's waiting on the next Spawn movie. So MSN.com put out this article of all places stating Todd McFarlane's long-awaited Spawn movie will be R-rated and the first draft of its badass script is already complete. Oh no, stop the presses. Everybody calm down. Don't get excited at once. Todd McFarlane, look, man, God bless the Todd father, but Todd McFarlane's been talking about the new Spawn movie forever. And I'll believe it when I fucking see it. Okay. But we have a report. This is actually reported like several hours ago. And so it says right here, Spawn creator Todd McFarlane says the script for the live-action feature-length adaptation is complete and with an R rating in tow. The first draft of the screenplay is done. There's an R-rated script that exists. We have been waiting a long time. We've created a script that creates its own version of Spawn for the screen. McFarlane shared a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. The next step is finding a director for the long-awaited pick. They've been true to my spirit. They delivered a badass movie script. That would be pretty cool, man. Before STC kicked off, producer Jason Blum, that's the guy from Blumhouse, right? Posted the first page of the script to all his social media accounts, revealing the title. Oh, King Spawn. Okay, King Spawn is going to be the film. King Spawn. We need to do a R-rated Hollywood comic movie. Noting he was inspired by Deadpool and Wolverine and Joker Folie à Deux, or however the fuck you say that stupid movie's name. The first live-action Spawn movie hit theaters in 1997 and was given a toned-down PG-13 rating, which was confusing for fans, much like myself, given that the comic is more or less known for its ultra-violence and received largely negative reviews. King Spawn does not have a release date, though Blum did mention a possible 2025 release date. Well, it's 2025 now, dude, and I don't think that's going to fucking happen. Yeah, that was mentioned at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. I think this is already like probably brushed under, dude. Did this article not come about like recently? I clicked on news for comic book movie news, and this was like one of the first ones that came up. So I'll have to look more into this, but I thought it was just funny because people that like Spawn or Spawn comic book fans have been kind of like meh, like if it happens, it happens, believe it when I see it kind of thing. But it's kind of funny to talk about Spawn in the movie and watch Todd McFarlane get all hunky dory and fake excited talking about it when he's just trying to drop another toy line. And yeah, so that was all I wanted to say about that. Kind of just bullshit on that one real quick. But all right, guys. I think with that being said, I think I've rambled along enough tonight for you guys. I've rambled in your ears quite excessively. We can go ahead and tie it up. Real quick before we end the stream, small announcement. Unlimited Tirade episode 7 was scheduled for this week on April 3rd, but unfortunately we are going to be skipping this week. We are going to be moving over to next week on April 10th to do the next Unlimited Tirade stream, and we are going to be discussing the in-between stuff from Attack of the Clones to The Road to Revenge of the Sith. The Revenge of the Sith anniversary special stream, Unlimited Tirade episode 8, is going to be streamed on April 24th, and me, Captain Keeley, Narrow Dark, we're going to be having some extra guests in the building for that one. You guys do not want to miss that. It's going to be a good time. But like I said, Unlimited Tirade this week is going to be moved over to next week just to fit the timeline correctly, get stuff situated as we need it. So April 10th is going to be the next Unlimited Tirade stream. And I will be doing the next Monday stream on the preceding Monday following next week. I will not be waiting bi-weekly for the next Hangout with Your Floppy stream. So that was all I have to say for the announcement realm. But yeah, that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up there. It was nice talking about comic books with you guys for a moment, talking about some of the new books that are coming out and talking about some of the stuff that I ended up reading and some of the shitty superhero movie reveals and shows that are going to be coming down the line. It's always a good time talking about that stuff. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I thank everybody again in the chat for watching. It's always a pleasure having you guys here and interacting with me, the host, and everyone else in the show. And if you are watching the replay, like I say again, I'm beating it with a dead horse. Feel free to leave a comic book recommendation in the comment section. We would love to hear from you guys. So we're going to go ahead and end it, guys. Thank you guys all so much again for being here, and have a great night, and go fuck yourself.
Writers had. And all they care about is, how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book. If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People grew up, are growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America. We don't need you to put your input in it. Just write Steve Rogers. Don't write Steve Rogers. What would Steve Rogers be if I was Steve Rogers? That's not how it works. But that's again how most of these new people write nowadays. That's why most of the stuff is shit.